What is going on, guys? It's me, Severin7, and today I'm here to solve a problem. It seems like these mono black discard lists and all these boros control artifact token lists are everywhere. What are we gonna do? We're gonna play mono green. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it through 40 games and we're gonna see how many people we can frustrate. Let's go ahead and get right into the deck list. All right, here it is, mono green Stomp Stomp. This deck is fantastic at just absolutely hosing a whole bunch of different strategies. It almost feels like a hate bears deck, kind of, but it's just really aggressive at the same time. So let's go ahead and get into the list. We've got 4 evolving adaptives and 4 paw patch recruits as our 1-drop creatures. These are very strong. Evolving adaptive is scalable. It scales with almost every creature we play. Paw patch recruit, we can either play it as a 2/1 or we can offspring it on turn 3 and make sure that whenever opponent plays any kind of targeted removal or targets our stuff with anything, that we get counters out of it. We've also got hard hitting question as a removal spell. It's wonderful. It hits creatures, planeswalkers, and most of our stuff is big enough to kill whatever we need to get out of our way. 3 Tyvar stands to protect our stuff and sometimes push those last points of damage through. And then we've got a couple of Innkeeper's talents to put some extra counters on things and give some stuff ward. Aloe Alchemist is fantastic because we can plot it and give like our Paw Patch Recruiter, our evolving adaptive, +3/+2 and trample on turn 2, and then follow it up with this and a Pelucranos on turn 3 and just really build a difficult board for our opponent to deal with. Keen-Eyed Curator has been a absolute blessing to this deck. It's a 2-mana 3/3, which is really good on its own. And then you can pay 1 colorless mana to exile a card from any graveyard. And if he has 4 or more card types underneath him, he becomes a 7/7 with trample. That's ridiculous. And on his own, he absolutely hoses graveyard strategy, Squirming Emergence, Reanimation, the Djinn deck that cares about having lots of instants and sorceries in the graveyard. This card hoses all those by itself. Then we start to get to our enchantment and artifact removal. We've got 2 copies of Tranquil Frillback and 3 copies of Scrap Shooter. Scrap Shooter being a 3-mana 4/4 with reach is so good, and it's absolutely worth gifting a card sometimes when you're blowing up something like a temporary lockdown or the opponent's leyline bindings, or killing those forges or simulacrum synthesizers or any of those crazy artifact decks that are out there. We've also got 3 Pelucranos Reborn because, come on, 3 mana for a 4/5 with reach is bonkers, and then if we ever flip him, he's just a nightmare. And 4 copies of Obstinate Baloth. This has got to be the best time in the whole world to play this card, because nothing feels better than when your opponent sits across from you with their mono black discard deck and plays a Tiny Bones Joins Up or a Hopeless Nightmare, and you discard this. So I love this deck. This deck is a blast. It's strong, it's easy, it's simple, and it makes people mad, which is saying a lot considering it's a green deck. So we're going to go ahead and put it through 40 games and see how it holds up against the meta. All right, let's stomp it up. Stompity stomp, stomp, stomp. Horror Core. All right, let us begin the stomping. We go first. No 1-drop, but that's okay. We got a 2, 3, 4 mono red. More Baloths is always good. With Baloths like that, we will probably be fine. And Pelucranos is a wall to all things mono red. Alright, let's go ahead and get down Pelucranos. Now they can get past our Pelucranos with Demonic Ruckus, which is a pain. But if they can't kill us, which is not impossible that they could, then we're probably fine. There's the show off. There's the Ruckus. Can he kill us? I mean, if he has Monstrous Rage and the Fling guy, that's enough. Crazy to me that a deck can deal 20 damage on turn 3 that easily. He used it to kill Pelucranos instead. Did he not have any other pump spell? Even that would have been enough, I think. Let's see, that would have made it wouldn't well it wouldn't have given him any bonuses. That's okay though. I mean, we definitely hit the Swift Spear, right? And then I'm gonna play the adaptive. And we're at 16, so I'm gonna attack. Opponent definitely dropped the ball there. I 100% think that they should have just gone for it. Maybe they forgot that it has menace, so I couldn't block. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they forgot that the ruckus gives it menace. That'd be pretty funny. Why didn't they just offspring? What? This person must be relatively new to playing this deck. Because they should have just offspring one of them instead of casting two. That makes no sense. Alright, well let's exile the enchantment. Do we have everything else? Creature, instant, and sorcery, yeah. So we can just make this a 7/7 now. So instant, creature, and sorcery. And we get in like this. I'm doing this instead of playing like a Frillback or an Alchemist because I can't gain life with the Frillback, and the Alchemist isn't going to do a whole lot against double striking, trampling mice. Although it doesn't seem like they have enough to kill me here, so. No blocks. There we go. GG. Easy one. Boom, man, we're ready. Mage Sean. Or Magacion. Opponent goes first. We got a good hand, though. We got a curve. Island. We have an even better curve now. Is it mono blue? No, it is not. It's Demir. Well, I'm gonna play a curator and see if they kill this adaptive. They do not. They'll probably kill the curator though. Yep. Poor raccoon. Creature of the Schism. Tricky trickster play. Haha. Death touch is no bar to me. Bonus down to 13. They do nothing. Alright. Let's play a Pelucranos. Looks like they're going to counter this. Yep, 3 steps ahead. That's okay, I am also a step ahead. We get in there for 3, and we have another Pelucranos in the wings. Opponent goes for the throat. Very impolite. Let's go ahead and Pelucranos it up some more. And then if we draw, if they kill this Pelucranos, yeah, that was enough. It's too many good-bodied creatures. Super Ben. Alright, Super Ben. Opponent goes first. We have got a curve. I will keep it. Plains for the opponent. We will play an evolving adaptive. What does plains mean? Is it boros? Is it blue-white? Is it toxic? Jawbone Duelist. Okie dokie. Alright, so let's do this. See if the opponent wants to block. Probably not, though. Can we outrun them? They don't have blue yet, so Annex Sentry is annoying. I'll put this up to 2 poison. Murex for the opponent. Lay down arms. That's actually good though, because it's going to give me counters on stuff. So that actually helped my case a little bit. Do they have another removal spell? They do. At least I get to put counters on the rabbit, and they can't get in with their Jawbone Duelist. Thank goodness. All right, so let's do this so we can stop drawing lands. We definitely don't need any more lands. Play an Evolving Adaptive. Play an Innkeeper's Talent. Level up the Innkeeper's Talent. Put a counter on the Adaptive. That's turn. So now our stuff at least has Ward. Another Annex Sentry. You still can't get in with their Duelist. No attacks. Skrell's Hive. Another Skrell's Hive. Alright, so let's make a fish. Counters on the fish. Let's scrap Shooter, get rid of one of these Annex Sentries with the Keen-Eyed under it. No, we're fine with that. Counters on that. Attack with the 5/5. Then we can make a fish if they try to get in with anything. Opponent blocks. Skrell Hives are going to kill them for us. Another Murex. So now they can technically make... No, they still can't make 2 Murex tokens a turn. Lay down arms. Sure. His arms are laid down. He's only got 1 blocker though, so I mean he needs to be careful. If he swings with this Duelist like ever, he's just in trouble. Make a fishy. Make a fishy. Play a Curator. Make a fishy. Counters on the fishy. Get in for 5, 9. I'm trying to think if there's a way we die with 3 blockers. They've got 6, which could put us to 8 if they found a way to remove our entire board. This is 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so it's not lethal. So I'm going to leave this fish back, just in case they draw something ridiculous. They block with the duelist finally. All right. Well, that removes a lot of our fear out of the way. Put us down to 8. I got a bunch of mites. Another Skrull's Hut. Oops. They get in with their 6 mites. Well, at least their stuff will have lifelink now, right? A turn too late. GG, opponent. 1800. Buzzion. We get to go first, and we got a curve. Best curve we could ask for. Evolving, adaptive, he's always evolving. When you play creatures bigger than him, he gets bigger too. That's my evolving adaptive song. Just in case you weren't sure if there was an evolving adaptive song, there is, and that's it. Evolving adaptive. When you play creatures that are bigger than him, he gets bigger too. That's the remix. Blue-white control. Oh my goodness. Well, actually, this is looking like Jin. I guess I'm going to try to resolve one Pelucranos. It's probably going to get countered. It doesn't. So we must have a bounce spell. No way Jin lets that go if they have a counter spell. Picklock Prankster does nothing. What is this? Into the Flood Maw, 3 steps ahead, Soul Partition. Am I about to get like comboed or something? And I'm not aware of it? We have a lot of damage on board right now. Light of Hand. I mean, these are Jin cards. Our Baby Reanimator. Innkeeper's Talent. I think I just attack and eat their graveyard with Keen-Eyed Curator. Into the Flood Maw. Sure. Do they have another one? I mean, if they do, I'm just going to replay the Pelucranos. I don't even think that's the one they should have hit. I think they should have hit the Curator, to be honest. I'm going to play the Pelucranos again. If I draw a land, I can just exile their graveyard with Frillback. They need a land to be able to play Jin and have a counter up. They mill. There's a Swift Monastery Mentor. Do they have the Helping Hand? They haven't milled any Jins yet. It's unfortunate that I'm tapped out because I can't exile that Mentor. They Soul Partition Pelucranos. Okay. Honest to goodness, I'm just gonna eat their graveyard. I guess I'll play the Adaptive at least. Get in for 3, and then if they try to reanimate anything out of the yard, I'll just eat it. And if they play a Djinn, then I can just eat more of their graveyard until it's small enough not to matter. I mean, I do have a lot of instants and sorceries in here right now, but we can eat them. Alright, let's eat Moment of Truth. There's a land, that's nice. I'm gonna attack. What do I have so far? I have creature, instant, land, sorcerer. Okay. I mean, if they have the Flood Maw, they're gonna... If they have a bounce spell, they're gonna do it right now anyway. So I might as well go for this. And land. Oh, come on. So rude. So rude. Alright, I'm gonna play the Aloe Alchemist. Grow the Adaptive. They play the Picklock Prankster. They play another one. That's not doing a whole lot. I think I'm just gonna play Tranquil Frillback. Exile their graveyard. I love this deck. It feels so... It's so anti-meta. It's like, oh, you're playing graveyard stuff? Get out of here. Enchantments and artifacts? Nah. Discard? Get out of here too. Oh, they're gonna double block the Alchemist? Okay. Now they're at 1. I guess they think maybe that they can... I mean, their Djinns are basically non-existent now. Helping Hand, get a Prankster back, tap. That doesn't do anything. Do you have anything else? Another Pelucranos. Okay, well, I'm just going to try to get in and see what happens. Another Soul Partition? Nope. GG, opponent. Malcav. Let's do it, Mr. or Mrs. Malcav. Opponent goes first. We got a good hand. Womp. Hulk Conscript. Alright, so I'm going to play an Adaptive and pass. I think we can outrun Skellymans. Aw, they cut down our Adaptive. How rude. And a Tiny Bones. Alright, well, we're going to play another Adaptive. And we're going to hard-hitting question the Tiny Bones, because I really don't need them casting our stuff. And then I would like to draw a 2-drop creature. Deep Cavern Bat. That's going to take our Tyvar stand, probably. I would take Recruit. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. No blocks. Land was not what I was looking for, so let's go ahead and play another Adaptive. Get in for 1. And then we got to draw something juicy. The opponent's gonna start running us over. If a non-skeleton creature died, I don't think it's worth it right this second. I could block and Tyvar stand, but case of the Stash Skeleton. Aloe Alchemist is a card. I'm just going to play it straight up to grow these Adaptives. Get in 4/4. Pass the turn. Hold up this Tyvar stand to protect our stuff. They have corpses of the lost here. We're in trouble. Okay, Gix is also problematic. I'm not gonna block. I want to, but 5R stand is too useful to waste just to block a cult conscript without him drawing a card. Pelucranos is fantastic. Very nice. Grows both our adaptives. Puts our opponent in quite the bind. No, pass the turn. If he has Corpses of the Lost, I think we're dead. Go for the throat, not enough. Does he have another go for the throat? If he has another go for the throat, that's 3, 6, 7. So not enough. He gets him with the Skelly Man. And draw? He does draw. He's getting brave. Plays a Forsaken Miner, but that can't block. Alright, well, he's got to block with a couple of things here. Cut down. Oh, it's so frustrating. He can get away. He's either got to give up Gix or he's got to give us the Paw Patrick route. He's double blocking the... What? Why? GG. 1570. Ireus. Ooh, number 276. We get to go first. No one drop. That's okay. We've got a curve. There are many decks that could be playing that we will do very well against. We've got all the lands we need. Might of the Meek to draw a card. Interesting. Is this mono red? It is. Well, they're not going to like Pelucranos. I don't think they stand a chance. If they had a demonic ruckus already plotted, maybe, but as it stands, I think we are good. Let's go ahead and Baloth, gain 4 life. Get in for 3. No sense in going crazy. We want to make sure we've got blockers so they can't go nuts with their show off. The second they plot a demonic ruckus, though, we need to go all in real fast. They play the show off, so they're going for it. Or they're at least exposing themselves. Witchstalker Frenzy. Alright. I'm still going to block this Challenger. If they've got a monstrous rage to go with it, then bully for them. Wow! It will never cease to amaze me how ridiculous mono red can be. But, on the plus side, oh man, what is the best course of action here? What do they have in the yard? They've got instants, we have creatures, we don't have any lands or anything like that in the yard. They have 4 cards. What is our best hope of survival? Probably trying to kill them before they kill us. So let's get an Innkeeper's Talent down. I mean, this presents potential lethal next turn. Might of the Meek. Oh my goodness. Are we just dead? They get a mountain, so Might of the Meek was free. It's 8 damage on board already. Shock. We're at 14. That's 11 damage. Do they have the lightning strike? Were they really just doing it after combat just to show us they could? Oh goodness. GG. I found somebody to play. JPY 146. We get to go first. This looks fine. Play a Fabled Passage. Crack that on their turn. Less information for them. Not that it mattered. They're playing blue-white control, so they don't care what we're playing. We're just going to counter everything and wipe the board. Keen-Eyed Curator. See if we can just be faster than them. Ooh, it's not blue-white control. It's Jeskai something. High Noon. I don't really care about High Noon. Okay, we need to draw land. Is this getting countered? Leads me to believe they're playing like Lightning Helix and stuff probably though, so one of our Keen-Eyed Curators is probably dying if they aren't countering this. They don't counter it, so they're probably gonna... I imagine they're gonna remove one of these Keen-Eyed Curators this turn, so... Yep, there's the Helix. Frustrating. Can I please draw land? There we go. Well, let's see if this lives. They have a Helix for this too? Get lost. No. And then we will play a second talent. Wait, why can't I play this? Oh, High Noon. Might as well level this up then. And then what do we got? Instant creature land. So let's exile the Helix from their yard. Paw Patch Recruit. I think I'm going to play another talent. And that way everything we play just gets bigger and bigger. They do have removal for the Curator, unfortunately. That means we can't play anything else this turn. Let's go ahead and level this up, though. Chivalry for the opponent. So an Offspring, a Paw Patch Recruit. Even Interrupter. What a pain. Tap land for the opponent. Try again. This one resolves. Counter, counter. Stoic Sphinx. Has hexproof as long as they haven't cast a spell this turn. We can definitely outrun them. This puts us down to 11. They could power up the anchorage to turn up the heat. They do technically have 5 damage from the high noon we got to worry about, but maybe we can trick them into letting us get rid of the Sphinx. Fabled Passage was fantastic, so let's go ahead and crack that. Wonder what this last spell is. Let's play a Scrap Shooter and threaten to destroy the high noon. It gives them a card, but it removes 5 damage from the board, and it allows us to play a second spell this turn if they let it resolve. If they counter it, the Stoic Sphinx loses hexproof. We still won't be able to High Noon throws me off so much. If they do counter it, we actually still can't do anything. They let it resolve, so we're going to destroy the High Noon. They sacrifice it to hit our face. Well, in that case, I guess we hit the interrupter. See what we got on top. Kyber Sand's perfect. Counter, counter, smack them. They 1, 2, 3, activate. Oh, do they have enough? I think they have enough to activate both anchorages. Oh, but the Scrap Shooter has reach. Yeah, Scrap Shooter's so awesome. So they'd have to remove the Scrap Shooter first. Ha! Scrap Shooter's already so good. I forgot he had reach. Puts the opponent in quite a predicament. Opponent does nothing. Beautiful. Counter here, counter here. And attack. Stoic Sphinx. Sure. If they want to live, they have to block all 3. And actually, that doesn't save them. They know we have the Tyvar stand. And if they go to kill this, then we just get to put 2 counters on this one. Even Interrupter. That does let them live. No, it doesn't. Ah, the trample. They forgot about trample. GG. Guild Pact Master. I didn't know the Guild Pact Master was an elephant. I thought it was Nicol Bolas, or not Nicol Bolas, Niv Mizzet. Opponent goes first. Man, do I want to keep 4 lands? Oh my gosh, of course we draw another land. Hello. Mwah. Don't ever keep 4 lands. We do not need all these lands. Domain. I don't know if we can beat Domain. Not on the draw anyway. They don't have any planes yet, though, so... Ancient Cornucopia. Oh, come on! Come on! No way! No way! There's no way that this is real life right now. Unbelievable. Fabled Passage goes and gets their planes, so now they have their planes. Yep. Let's try to save this guy. Also, them losing the virtue is nice. And it gives us an enchantment to exile with the curator. Enchantment. Innkeeper's Talent. Let's play that. Level it up. It looks like they have binding, yep. Of course they do. Why would they not have binding? On the plus side, we can destroy that later. I've drawn enough land. I should be do some non-land good stuff here soon. Opponent gets another land, gains some more life. I knew domain wasn't going away. Trumpeting Carnosaur, yep, that'll do that. GG. All right. Rennie PZ. We get to go first. This is not that exciting of a hand. I think I'm gonna mulligan. This is also not that exciting, but it's better. We'll go to this Tyvar stand. Hopefully we draw a 2-drop. Or like a Paw Patch Recruit or something. Hedge Maze for the opponent. Aloe Alchemist qualifies. I'm gonna plot it. That way if the opponent... Well, no, they don't. Grow the adaptive, grow the adaptive. Get in there. Are we about to get temporary lockdown? We are. Grab Shooter will be a nice follow-up to that. Hopefully they don't have another one. Please don't have another one. If they have 2 in hand, I'll be so upset. Because that was such a good follow-up. They're like, what is that card? A 4/4 that blew up my lockdown? What? Alright. Come on. No board wipes. Jace the Perfected Mind is not gonna cut it.
Phyrexia's plans are already in motion.
It helps them. It saves them for the turn.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
So because it saves them for the turn, we're gonna do this.
Predictable and uninteresting.
We're going to hard-hitting question to get rid of the Jace. And then we're just going to pray that they don't sunfall us here. They do run some tapped land, so they might not have an untapped land. Tapped land. Tapped land is good. Archangel of Wrath. Yeah, there we go. GG. Easy peasy. Solex 414. We get to go first. I like it. Hopefully we draw land for these Pelucrinoses. Evolving Adaptive. Meticulous Archive. Hey look, land. Go ahead and play Paw Patch Recruit. Grow the Adaptive. Smack them for 2. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll have a tap land. Nice, they do. That means we get to resolve this Pelucranos at least. Sleight of Hand. Okay, so this is not blue-white control. It is Jin. Now let's go ahead and play Pelucranos. This is enough pressure that they should struggle with it. Monastery Mentor does nothing here. Go ahead and play a Curator. Get in. I imagine they have Helping Hand or something. No. Alright. Opponent's just gonna cantrip it up this turn. Picklock Prankster. Keen-Eyed Curator is so good against decks like this, though. Unfortunately, they get to pick the instant or sorcery before we can target anything. But if they go to recommission that Monastery Mentor, we can just eat it. And then they're pretty much dead. Because we can Tyvar Stam whatever they don't block next turn. Opponent does not Okay, well, I'm still going to eat the Monastery Mentor. Nom 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 nom. That's not an instant, right? No, it's sorcery. Okay. My turn. Let's hard-hitting question. Pelucranos. Easy. GG, opponent. Alright, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So, 40 games, 63%. Not bad at all, especially for a mono green list in a world full of removal and control decks and things like that. This deck felt really good, and it absolutely crushed. We didn't play as many as I was hoping we would, but the 4 mono blacklist we played, we crushed. And we actually did really good against blue-white control. So, I really just can't say. Oh, and then we did play a couple boros lists, and we won against those as well. So I didn't play as many games against the decks I wanted to, but there was still just so many matchups where the cards in this deck just felt like absolute deck ruiners for our opponents. I've never felt so much like I was playing a hate bear strategy in mono green. This deck is amazing. I love it. It's my inner Timmy. My inner Timmy. He's satisfied today. And so I absolutely recommend this deck. I think it's a ton of fun. Keen-Eyed Curator was so good. very much overperforming in my opinion. Scrap shooter I really liked. I never felt like giving the card to the opponent was a terrible trade-off for whatever I was getting, because most of the time you're destroying something that's either absolutely pivotal to their strategy, or you're destroying something that's giving you things back as well. So, you know, usually it ends up evening out. And Obstinate Baloth is just too good right now. When your opponent sits down and they play a discard spell on turn one and you got one of these in your hand, I had off recording, before I recorded, I actually had somebody play a Bandit's Talent, and I chose not to discard one card that wasn't the land, and I chose to discard two, and I had two of these in my hand. So you can imagine that opponent scooped pretty quick. So Obstinate Baloth, man, even if you're not playing mono green, you need to be playing this in your green decks right now, because it's like an auto win against those turn one discard spells. So with that, if you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed playing it for you, please take a moment to hit that like button. Consider hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate every single one of you that has stuck with me through the video and that supports me every single day. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this every day. So thank you, and I will catch you in the next one.